Clemson more than any other team.
Feels that way, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, third time going up against them. They're great opponents. Anytime you're a competitor, you want to compete against the best, and they've been the best for a really long time. So we're looking to go in swinging, and give it everything we got.
You feel much better prepared going in here, starting your second time than you did that first time.
It's just a little different. I think it just attributes to how I'm a little bit older, a little bit more experienced, a little bit more confident in my game and our game as a whole. But it's the same preparation as any game. Just going in, feeling confident with our game plan, executing at a high level, and that's the plan.
The first two times they were the number one team in the country. This year they look a little more vulnerable. What do you see from them?
Yeah, they're still a really good team. Whether they're number one or number 101, we're going to go in with the same attitude. Like Brandon just said, we don't really care who we play or where we play. We're just going to go in with our game plan, play our game, and the outcome's going to dictate itself.
Dennis, you more than anyone, we've been joking a lot about the noise out there, but that affects you more than anyone.
For sure.
Does it seem like it helps you get focused for what you're going to be going up against this weekend?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it puts us in that mindset of it's going to be loud, it's going to be a crazy environment. We got to focus on our job even that much more. Really the huddle gets a little tighter, the ears get a little perked up. It doesn't really change much other than the fact that we know we have to focus that much more to get the play call, get the line checks, and execute it.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since you guys really played in front of a crowd that big, but you guys have done it before. So
Right.
Are there things that you employ, like different hand signals or silent snap counts, anything that you might be able to do to counteract the noise when it gets loud?
Yeah, it's just a little more nonverbal stuff that we got to work on. That even last year, we didn't really need any hand signals or anything. We just yell and tell everyone what to do. So, but it's stuff that we've worked on all this year, preparing for crowds to be back. So, whether they have a solid crowd or half crowd. Even last year it felt really loud and they had half capacity. So, it's always a great environment down there. So we're gonna it's just little stuff like that we've been practicing for a whole year now. So nothing really changes for us, but again we got to focus on that a little bit more.
Dennis, what do you remember most from that 2019 start at Clemson? What was the biggest takeaway you had from that game?
Biggest takeaway from that game?
Maybe teaching moment?
Yeah, I would just say, to simplify, the game into being a game. It was a night game too. I think it was their homecoming again. So they had a lot of festivities going on. But in the end, it's a 120-yard field. 53 and a third long. It's on the field. It's the same. And the easier you can, and the quicker, as a player, you can have that as your mindset, the more successful you're going to be. Whether it's an NFL stadium, a high school stadium, the field's the field, the players are the players, and you got to go out and play regardless of what's on the outside.
You're proof that every position needs to have some depth, but the position behind you has some significant depth. How much easier does that make your job when you got guys on every down who are going to be fresh, who can pound it?
Those guys are ballers. They're hard-nosed, tough, rugged guys that one guy takes a breather, the next guy comes in with that much more force. And like you said, there's no break and there's no there's no off guy. It's like, the other guy's in. It's another guy's in. And that's the attitude that they've taken the entire time when they're 4 or 5 deep at the position, and they embrace that as a room and as a whole. And I think that's that attributes to their success. Is they're not a selfish guy in that room. So they're awesome.
Is ball control with play action probably the most effective offense?
I mean, we'd like to think so.
Yeah.
We're doing it at a high level right now, and the more we can do that and run the ball effectively, and then keep them on their toes with balls on the field and run action stuff is something that we're really looking to do in every game. And if we can do that at a high level, we're gonna be tough to beat.
Did you sense your guys up front were wearing that defense down in the third quarter with over 13
absolutely.
minutes?
I sensed it in the second quarter.
Okay.
You could tell that we had a lot of momentum. The O-line had a good look in their eye, and their D-line had a bad look in their eye. And when we came out in the second half and controlled about, I think it was like 13 minutes of that second half, it was all right. This is our game to lose, and we're going to go out and make sure we win this game. So there's definitely a sense of that, and that they're just playing their butts off, and they were a really good team, but we took it personally to go out and attack them.
Zay obviously had the biggest catch of the game, but he hasn't had too many receptions. Is there a way to get him more involved, or is that just kind of the flow of the game, how it develops?
It's the flow of the game right now. We have a lot of talented guys in that room, and we don't single anyone out specifically. He's obviously really talented. We're gonna give him the ball as much as we can within the confines of what we're doing.
How's Phil been the past couple of weeks, and what kind of help has he been throughout this process?
Yeah, he's been good. He's been, given the circumstances that he's going through, he's been, in a really good mindset. He's running around in practice, sweating, getting some signals in, helping us out as much as he can. But, again, given the circumstances, and, obviously he's super bummed that he can't be out there playing with the guys. But, he's been in good spirits, happy to be around the guys, and I think just, enjoying, making the most out of what he can.
A lot of key plays in that game Saturday, but some plays sort of stand out for different reasons. And we talk about the 4th down play where you extended the ball to get the first down. That's all effort. That's all instinct. How does that rub off on the rest of the team when you're a leader, you make a play like that really comes down to last-minute effort?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels like, it provides a little bit of a spark. You try to make any play you can for the team, whether it's a 4th down play, whether it's a 1st down play, just given the situation, going on and executing at a high level. It was awesome. Everyone was fired up after that, and you could sense a little bit of a shift in that. Like, all right, here we go. Like, it's our game now, and it's just, I don't know. It felt good personally, just go out and make a play. Whether completing a pass seems a little easier than running for 4 yards, but it's all in the confines of what the quarterbacks are asked to do. So, whether it's an easy completed pass or scrambling for 4, it's all just doing your job and making the plays that are there for you.
When you watch Clemson on film, have they changed at all, or have they just been the same type of scheme, different personnel going in, or has their scheme evolved with the different personnel that's gotten in there?
Yeah, no, they've mixed it up a little bit. I mean, they do a lot, so it's not. I don't want to say they changed a lot or didn't change a lot, but they do a lot as a whole. So they have different tendencies, throughout the years. That changes, I guess, a little bit, but as a whole, they do a lot in a wide variety. So we prepare for a lot and prepare for everything, and then a lot of in-game adjustments are going to happen this week based on what they're doing against us.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Safe
Thank
trip.
you.